Boeing fighter jet workers strike. What you need to know. In a bold move that's shaking up the aerospace industry, over 3,200 union members responsible for assembling Boeing's fighter jets in the St. Louis area and Illinois have walked off the job. This dramatic action follows their rejection of a second contract offer, setting the stage for a potentially lengthy standoff. But here's where it gets controversial. Boeing Defense is unfazed, stating they're prepared for the work stoppage and will activate a contingency plan utilizing non-union workers. The rejected 4-year contract proposed a significant 40% average wage increase, including a 20% general wage hike and a $5,000 ratification bonus. It also promised enhanced periodic raises, more vacation time, and increased sick leave. Despite these seemingly generous terms, the offer was met with a resounding no from the workers, mirroring the overwhelming rejection of the initial proposal just a week prior. Dan Gillian, Boeing's vice president and general manager of the St. Louis facilities, expressed disappointment over the rejection, emphasizing the substantial wage growth the offer entailed. The International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers District 837, however, led by Tom Bowling, countered that their members deserve a contract that truly reflects their skills, dedication, and the pivotal role they play in national defense. Boeing CEO Kelly Ortberg downplayed the strike's impact during a discussion with analysts about second-quarter earnings, citing the company's resilience during a 7-week strike last year by District 751 members who build commercial jets. Boeing's defense division is currently expanding its St. Louis facilities for the production of the new U.S. Air Force fighter jet, the F-47A, following its contract win this year. This labor dispute raises questions about the future of Boeing's defense projects and the well-being of its workforce. Will the company and the union find common ground, or will this strike escalate into a protracted battle? And this is the part most people miss. How will this affect the broader aerospace industry and the U.S. military's readiness? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Boeing workers strike. 3,200 demand fair contract after rejection. When 3,200 skilled Boeing workers in Missouri and Illinois walked off the job at midnight on a Monday, it wasn't just a labor dispute. It was a showdown over dignity, fairness, and the future of American manufacturing. These workers, part of the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers IAM, District 837, assemble the very aircraft and defense systems that safeguard the nation. And yet, their recent strike highlights a deeper question. Can a company truly prioritize its workforce while still chasing profit margins? But here's where it gets tricky. Boeing's latest contract offer, which promised a 40% average wage increase and changes to alternative work schedules, was rejected outright. The union argued it wasn't enough to secure their livelihoods or honor their expertise. This is about respect and dignity, not empty promises. IAM declared in a public post a sentiment that resonates far beyond factory floors. And this is the part most people miss. The rejected deal came after months of negotiations, with the previous contract expiring in late July. The stakes? Fighter jets like the F-15 and F-A-18, missile systems, and cutting-edge defense tech all rely on these workers' hands. Boeing's response? A statement from Dan Gillian, a senior executive, claimed the company was prepared for a strike and had contingency plans in place. But critics argue this reveals a troubling disconnect between leadership and the workforce. Was the 40% wage increase truly reflective of the skills and risks these workers face daily? Or does it expose a systemic undervaluing of labor in industries deemed essential only when convenient? As the standoff continues, one question lingers. Should companies like Boeing be held to a higher standard when it comes to fair pay and worker respect? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the union's demands are justified, Or is Boeing simply balancing the needs of its shareholders and employees?